Welcome to another edition of Against the Grain Sports Podcast, Uncut. And I am your host, Jody Coleman, in the building, joined with my guy, Drill, Solo on Sports Glenn, all the San Antonio, Texas. Man, how you doing, my guy?
I'm doing great, man. It's Wednesday, halfway through the work week. Everything's great, man. How you doing over there, brother?
Man, I'm doing fantastic, man. Had to take a few days off, man. Getting back in here, it's always good when the weather changes to get out there and enjoy some of it, man. So
Hey,
we're
Jody,
starting to get some decent weather.
Jody, I saw you posted a picture of the future quarterback for the Ohio State Buckeyes. I saw the picture you posted your grandson. He's gonna be running things in the next 15 to 20 years. Am I right?
Yeah, he's actually, man, he was reading some plays. I had him reading some plays, getting him ready for the Ohio State Buckeye. He's gonna be making a lot of NIL money, man. That's what he's gonna be doing, man. But
yes, sir.
Got my grandson out here, man. It's a lot of good things going on. We got my nephew in here, Donald, the voice of the youth, man. What's going on, nephew?
What's going on, man? Chilling.
Man, we got a lot to discuss. We got MLB opening night tonight. It is on Netflix. I didn't know that, but it'll be the Yankees versus the Giants. This is a rivalry that goes over 100 years. When they were the Giants, San Francisco Giants has always been a really good team. People underestimate that run that they had in the mid 2010s when they won 3 championships out of 6 years. So, and we know what the Yankees is due for a championship. I don't think they won since 2009. So they're really due for a championship. We're going to talk about Hubert Davis being relieved of his duties at the University of North Carolina, as well as let's talk about college basketball. We got the Sweet 16, the games Thursday and Friday, and then we got a lot of good NBA matchups going on. And we definitely need to talk about the 65 game rule that now all of a sudden they want to be changed. So man, how you feeling up there, man?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling great, man. Life is great, man. I don't like to complain about shit because situation could be a whole lot worse. So I always take it. I don't take days for granted. Things is going good right now.
No doubt, man. So let's get right into the first thing. We got a lot of good NBA games tonight, and they're already in progress. And we'll get to college basketball, the matchups a little later. But Donald, the voice of the youth, man, tonight we got a marquee matchup. A lot of people say it could be the finals preview. We got the Oklahoma City Thunder is on a 12-game winning streak. They go on the road. They're 57-15. They go on the road against the Boston Celtics at 47-24. Jason Tatum is still trying to get his legs up under him. We know what Jaylen Brown is doing. Talk to me about this game right here tonight with only about 10 games left in the season.
It should be a good one. I think both teams will come out and play hard because it is not more so about winning or losing. Well, of course they want to win the game, but I think they at least want to see where they're at. And both teams are good to measure each other on to see where they at. And Jalen Williams had a warm-up game the other night, so I think he's going to play tonight also. So both of them will be at full strength, so you can really see exactly where you at tonight. So, but I actually think the Celtics are going to win at home for some reason. I think the Celtics are going to win at home tonight.
Okay. Solo Sports, what do you think about this one? This is a marquee matchup in the NBA. Two Titans, two of the top 4 teams in the NBA record-wise, two of the last 2 champions. The last 2 seasons, people want to not add that. What do you think about this? So, what do you see out of this matchup tonight?
The Celtics, if they get back a healthy Jason Tatum right now, he's not 100%. I don't know if he's going to be 100% doing this playoff run, but at 80% Jason Tatum is better than most players in the NBA. With the talent they already have on their roster, they're definitely one of the best teams in the East. And Williams being back for like Donald spoke of, being back for Oklahoma City is good for them. One thing about Oklahoma City, they can thank the Spurs from them staying on point and keeping their game on point because the Spurs are not letting Oklahoma City let off the gas because the Spurs keep winning. And you can say what you want. Oklahoma City might not say anything, but you know they're looking at, damn, them motherfuckers won again. We got to keep winning. We want to keep this 1 seed. So I think in the long run, the Spurs winning like they are is keeping pressure on Oklahoma City, knowing this back-to-back run ain't going to be easy.
Definitely, man. I look at this matchup right here with tonight's is like I said, a potential finals matchup. Even with Jason Tatum not being 100%, we know that he wasn't going to be 100%. I mean, coming off of only 10 months out of the Philly there, uh, I think that Jason Tatum is a guy that at least if I would say right now, even at 80%, it will be a top players in the league. At least he'll be a reserve on the All-Star team, even at his position that he is now. But let's not take away from Vucevic should be back very soon. He had a broken, I believe, ring finger, so he should be back. That's going to really increase their productivity. Oklahoma City is a team that's on a mission, man. They're fully staffed. They look like to be one of the healthiest team in the league after going through all those uh, participation games where they did some load management with some of those guys, but now I think they're ready to make the run. So I'm excited about this game, and I will take the Celtics at home in this matchup because, like I said, Oklahoma City is on a 12-game winning streak. At some point, they're going to lose a game, and I think it's going to be that. Donald, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. I think the Celtics is going to be the Celtics will win tonight. I believe the Celtics going to win tonight. But like you said, but Soul made a great point though. They on a 12-game winning streak, but as long as the Spurs keep winning, and then I think the Spurs play like the Grizzlies tonight or something, so
Yeah.
they really have to keep winning because that home court is going to be important. And if anybody know, it's OKC with the game sevens that they went to last year on their home court.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man, to see how they. I'm so looking for. I know we ain't got to the end, but I'm so looking forward to the playoffs to see how this young Spurs team plays in the playoffs. Because right now they kicking ass. They look unstoppable, but the only thing they don't have is playoff experience. We're gonna see how they look once they get to that status. Because right now they look unbeatable, but you know a lot of teams do until the playoffs get here. We'll see how they deal with that.
Absolutely. We can't forget about how the Lakers are playing too. The Lakers are playing really good basketball. I know people like Jody is drinking the Kool-Aid. Yeah, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I mean, because they're showing you that Luka Doncic should definitely be in the MVP race. The guy leads the lead in points. He's one of the lead leaders in assists, and he's averaging close to 8 assists a game. It's crazy when Luka Doncic does it. Oh, that's just Luka Doncic. But when the Joker does it, it's like we need to stop the presses. And it's like I don't know what the difference is. I don't know the stranglehold that the Joker has on the NBA players, which, of course, he's a great player, won a championship already. But Luka Doncic has been doing this too, and his team has a better record than the Denver Nuggets. But we'll talk about that on a later date. King Mink said, "What's up?" He said, "What's good to the guys?" He said, "Spurs he said Spurs just bet my Grizzlies, and Wemby had 45, 32, 17, and 7 assists." And this is a crazy thing when you talk about the San Antonio Spurs is that I think they have room to improve. That's the crazy thing. They have so much room to improve on that team. They're not a great outside shooting team, but yet and still they're still winning games because of their defense. And one thing San Antonio has always been able to do is play defense. But Soul on Sports, we got another game tonight, man, in the Eastern Conference that got implications because, to be honest with you guys, every team is set on both sides. There's not going to be any surprise. We know who's going to be in the top 10 playing games. We know who's going to be in the playoffs, even though they haven't officially clinched. But there's only one team in the Western Conference that can even make the playoffs. They lose one more game, they're done. And every team in the Eastern Conference, the closest team in the Eastern Conference is the Milwaukee Bucks to get in the. They're not getting in. So both sides are pretty much set. And the surprising team on there is Atlanta Hawks, who is playing right now. But also a surprising team is the Miami Heat, man. We thought that they were going to be finally a year that they don't make the playoffs, but they do. And then, of course, the James Harden trade for to the Cavaliers. They've been playing fantastic basketball with him. So talk to me about this game tonight between the Miami Heat and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Well, I keep talking about the Spurs, but the Spurs made the Heat look like a lottery team a few days ago. They beat the shit out of Miami. He embarrassed them. Looked like they weren't even a playoff team in their gym. But you know that's the thing. It is what it is. But the Cavs are a good basketball team. It look like they're gelling really good. They finally James Harden is clicking there pretty good. So they're going to be a problem in the Eastern Conference. I'm just not sold on the Miami Heat though. They got they got a great coach and they got some decent players. I just don't think they're a threat in the East. But the Cavs are for real if they can get a little bit of defense out of James Harden, not a lot. Draw a couple charges and maybe they can make a run in the East.
Okay. King Mink said he's going to go with the Cavaliers in this matchup. Donald, who you got in this matchup between the Heat and the Cavaliers tonight?
I like the Cavs a better team, but I think where's the game at?
Cleveland.
Okay, so they at least they're at home. I like to bet. I like to go against certain players in certain cities, but like certain people play in Miami or LA or New York. I just feel like and Cleveland played last night, so sometimes it'd be like a scheduling loss. But I will still take Cleveland now that I know the game is at home. I take Cleveland to win the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Cleveland because Donovan Mitchell just came off with 40 ball. I think he had 42 points in the last game he played against Orlando. And right now, Donovan Mitchell and James Harden seem to be going together like peanut butter and jelly. I was like that. It's a good trade for both teams because on the flip side, Darius Garland has been playing fantastic for the Clippers. So I think it's a win-win for both of these teams, giving both of those point guards new scenery, new teammates, new situations. You got Darius Garland going out west to seeing some sunshine. And then I don't know, maybe they got the strip clubs popping in Cleveland for James Harden out there. They popping it for a real nigga out there. Because, hey, them strip clubs be jumping in Cleveland, too. Any major city, trust and believe, them strip clubs be jumping, man. Don't let nobody tell you no different, man.
It just seems like James Harden, man, he's like a substitute teacher or something. It's like he wears out his welcome everywhere he goes real quick. It's like he don't like taking full-time jobs. Like he's like a contractor. Yeah, I'm just gonna be here for 6 months and I'm gonna move on to the next job. It's like the dude's never happy. It seems like I don't know what it is.
Hey,
he's bouncing around a lot. He's an outstanding player, but it just seems like he just cannot find somewhere that makes him happy for some reason.
Well, he never will. I mean, he's about to be 37, 38 years old. So, I mean, you keep moving. I guess if teams are gonna keep paying you, you're gonna keep producing, be a double-double, a walking double-double.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna keep getting contracts and checks. Young Chris said Cavs have offensive power. It's just on the defensive end that they will struggle come playoff time. They don't have nobody attack the defense that they can depend on. They got the defense player of the year back there. What are we talking about? We got Mobley. Wasn't he the reigning defense player of the year?
Yeah, he won last year, didn't he?
Yeah, Allen protects the basket. I mean, Donovan Mitchell is a decent player, and like you just said, if James Harden can at least stay in front of somebody a couple dribbles, I think they'll be fine. I think defensively is not going to be the paralysis for them. I don't think they're going to have a problem with the defense, especially when you got two guys that protect the basket behind you. So
this is crazy, but James Harden better on defense than Darius Garland.
And that's crazy. You know who else? I think he's better on defense than Luka Doncic, but I don't think Luka Doncic is that bad defense. I think they want everybody to be Scottie Pippen on defense. And I think that's the problem with it. Because if you go on ESPN today, let's say, so you get a one-day contract with ESPN, and you go on there and say, I'm going to pick a name, so-and-so can't play defense. And somebody agree with you on that panel, that's going to be the narrative that's going to be ran. And that's what we got to get out of. That's what we're doing on Against the Grain Sports. Stop thinking because this guy over here say this guy can't play defense, or this guy can play defense, or this guy can shoot it. Listen, man, go watch the games for y'all.
Go watch the game.
But you know what, Joey? Luka cannot play defense when he's on the offensive side and he shoots a shot and he don't get the call and he's talking to the ref instead of getting back on defense. That's not defense. He likes to complain every single possession. I think it's why a lot of people don't like this guy because of because all the crying and complaining he does all the time. But that's just
he
cries a lot, Joe. You got to admit he cried a lot.
He's not the first person.
No, he's not. I know he's not.
Listen, bro, I love Michael Jordan to death, but I've seen Michael Jordan get in so many referees' face over the course of my lifetime. This ain't no going back. I watched the games live. So you watched the games live. Donald probably caught the tail end or didn't know what he was watching. But Jordan complained a lot. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar complained a lot to the referees.
It's when he complains, though, Joe. It's during the play he's complaining. At least the other guys will wait till the goddamn ball is stopped and then start yelling at the referee. I'm not saying that NBA don't yell at the refs because they all do that. It's just the timing. Dog, get back on defense. You got plenty of time to talk to the ref after the play is over. What are you doing?
Y'all know what I don't understand?
What's up?
I don't understand how it's guys in the league like Robersons and certain players that they can't play no offense, but they play defense. Nobody complains about them. Like, okay, he's a defender. But you can play offense and don't play no defense. They complain about you playing defense.
Right.
It's okay to not have no offense.
I think it's okay for them not having offense because they normally got a guy that take up so many shots. It wouldn't matter if you could play offense.
But you think offense, you think superstar. I think that's what it is.
But when you play offense, when you can't play no offense, you know you're a help defender against your own team.
True. I'm not disagreeing. But if you got a guy like a Carmelo Anthony, a Kobe Bryant, a Michael Jordan, guys that shoot volume shots, they don't give a fuck who can play offense. Because normally they don't put them on there with a lot of offensive guys that put up a lot of points anyway. But King Ming said James Harden in the strip club Hall of Fame. Young Chris said they don't have no one on the ball defender on the perimeter. As I said, Donovan Mitchell ain't horrible. I mean, you act like we got to. Everybody, like I said, everybody think that everybody got to be Scottie Pippen, Kawhi Leonard. If you can stay in front of a guy a couple dribbles and then okay, let's say the guy beats you off, because I remember Joe Dumars was one of the best defensive players in NBA history on the perimeter. He said it's not if they get around you, it's when they get around you. Talking about a point guard, you never going to keep a point guard in front of you. So if you can keep a guard out the paint for some amount of time, and then let's say he gets to the paint and you got guys behind you like the defensive player of the year, and Mobley is better than Rudy Gobert on the defense side of the ball. Mobley can actually defend guys if you switch. They're not picking on Evan Mobley on the defense side of the ball, so that's what I'm saying.
Hey, Jordan, what about in today's NBA? You better guard the 3-point line. That's important, because that's what most of the guys are shooting. You definitely got to guard the 3-point line, because that's, I mean, driving to the basket is cool, but it just feel like a lot of players aren't really doing that on a high level like they used to.
Young Chris said Michael Jordan and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar ain't getting bashed for complaining to the rest, but players now is getting ripped for it. And he said, if Mitch is your best on defense, you have a problem. That's what it said. I mean, but you can go to a million teams around the league that Mitch he'll be Spidey would be the best defender. So I don't know. When you got guys behind, that's why you go get two twin towers behind you. So if you're not that good on the perimeter, you got guys that clean up the mess. But going back to what he's saying, guys are getting ripped. This is the reason why guys is getting ripped now. That first of all, it's social media and everything is under a microscope.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first thing. Second, Luka Doncic really do be crying. I didn't argue. You know, another person used to cry too. Russell Westbrook used to cry so fucking much to the refs. I was like, dude, your man is scoring while you down there talking.
I just don't like how like people talk about like older ball, like these guys are any tougher. Like it's not like we can't just go pull the video. That's what I don't be understanding. Like I can't go see this. I seen guys actually fall and roll on the ground and just lay there and like. But this is who these people are.
This is the difference, Donald. I don't think nobody is saying that today's guys are not tough. Is when they talk about that level of toughness, they talk about the games played. And we're gonna get to that in a minute. And that's what I think. If they were playing 82 games, I don't think nobody would care. But you got an all-star break, then you got an all-star break for the all-star break, then you got a mid-season break, then you got a lunch break, then you got, I mean, it's so many breaks, and then they take load management, but we're gonna get to that in just a minute. So hold that thought, Dom. Solo on Sports, we got the Rockets playing the Timberwolves, man. It's a good matchup right here. What do you think about this one?
Well, I would say no Ant-Man. It should be easier for the Rockets, but you know, Timberwolves beat the Celtics, I do believe, without Ant-Man a few days ago in Boston. So shit, and the Rockets still don't have a point guard. I'm going Timberwolves.
Okay, Donald, who you got in this matchup with the Rockets and the T-Wolves?
Rockets should beat them, but I'm losing hope in the Rockets. I'm really believing. I was high on Thompson. I really believe they traded the wrong guy. I think they should have kept Jalen Green instead of let Thompson go, and they was really high on Thompson. But I just don't like the way their team fit. They stand too close to each other with him not being able to shoot the ball. It kind of alleviates having a great one-on-one scorer when you got somebody else that don't have to guard nobody. But I think the Rockets win tonight and beat the Timberwolves tonight.
Okay. King Ming said he's going with the Rockets. Tonight, man, I'm going with the T-Wolves at home. I know you don't have Ant-Man. But a lot of times when your star players out, it gives you an opportunity for guys that maybe should get minutes, getting minutes. And I think Julius Randle, he's going to have because Julius Randle is one of the most inconsistent guys in the league. We can call it what it is, but when he's on, he's on.
Oh, yeah.
Off, he's fucking off. I think he's going to be on against these guys. And like I said, Donald got something going when he's talking about Amen Thomas, who I'm very high on defensively. But at the point guard position and you can't shoot the ball, it's a problem. He has the ball in his hand way too often in that offense to not be able to shoot. So they're going to have to figure something out. I was hoping Van Fleet could be back, but them not making a move at the trade deadline and getting a point guard in there, they could at least just went and rented Chris Paul for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? Which would have been – he's still available. He's still available.
Donald, you know what I think hurt Jalen Green last year in Houston running that playoff run? Well, wasn't much of a run. He disappeared in almost all of those games. I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons why they made that trade for to get rid of him and bring in Kevin Durant. They thought they'd just add him a little more offense, it would be better, but it really hasn't worked out.
I agree. I think that is why they traded him, but I just think at the same time, okay, now you will be because you was dependent on Jalen Green to be your number one scorer on the perimeter. Now, if you kept the opposite, he will be getting guarded by the second or third guy because Durant will take the number one guy. So now it'll be an easier matchup for you. And then I just don't understand why they play him on. They play Thompson. They could play him in the dunker spot, like where Aaron Gordon plays. He will be better off if you play him on the perimeter. You're moving the wrong guy. I don't be understanding some of the logic of certain stuff you be doing in basketball.
But hold on, Don. Remember I told y'all last year when they made the trade, I said, oh, Houston in trouble. I said, because remember I made the prediction that Phoenix was going to be a lot better team, and look where Phoenix is. I said sometimes less is more. Kevin Durant coming over there, I think they gave up too much for an older Kevin Durant. I think they should have kept that Houston team together, kept Jalen Green, all those guys together, and let them grow. Sometimes you need nurturing. Sometimes you need that. You need to hit your head every now and again. And I think Houston, not saying Kevin Durant ain't Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant is just out there playing basketball. I don't think he be knowing what the score is. I don't think he give a fuck with the score. He just want to be efficient. I think he's out there, not saying he out there past statting, but my thing with Kevin Durant, like he's not a guy that's you're gonna win. I think he's always been a number two, even though he has number one talent. I just think he's always been a number two. And it's no disrespect, because I know when you say anything like that, or you don't like Kevin Durant. No, it's not that I don't like Kevin Durant. He's a guy that go out there and can score the ball with no other. There's other guys in the league that's been like that. He's not a guy that's going to be like, fourth quarter, we need to win this game. He's not going to will his team to victory. We just haven't seen that. We haven't seen him will his team to victory. It's when things are going well, Donald, that's when he plays well. When things are going bad, he's on Twitter with Twitter fingers. I mean,
so shit has gone ever since he left Steph Curry. Things have been bad. Ever since he left Steph Curry, nothing's going good.
No, I want y'all to well, can y'all I just want to send me some times when he actually he probably lost the game, but when he actually played bad. A lot of times
I didn't say. See, Donald, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he played bad. I just said
Jody's question leadership skills, aren't you, Jody?
No. I said when things are going right, he don't play. He play bad when things are going right.
What I'm saying is you can see guys will their team to victory, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll send you some film on teams that somehow Kobe Bryant willed his teams to victory.
When?
I'm
just asking. I'm not saying he didn't.
Oh my God. Kobe Bryant willed his team to victory on both of those damn. Go back and watch Game 7 against the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, that wasn't him. He shot 5 for 20. He shot 5
for 20. It don't matter.
Okay.
No. He still willed his team to victory.
Whoa.
He had 14 rebounds.
Donald, here's an example. Young Kobe, before they won their first ring, Game 5 on the road against the Indiana Pacers. Shaq fouls out. Kobe takes over the game. That's willing the team to victory.
I didn't say he didn't. I just want to know when to verify that because that Boston time, the first Boston series when they lost to him, he quit. The second one, he
quit.
Yeah, he quit. When he went to slap the thing on the towel and he quit and he checked out, he quit. In Game 6 against Boston when they was getting beat by 48, he quit. So this
I don't
video,
remember that.
A lot of people don't when they want to hear things about certain people. A lot of people don't because that's not his thing.
He lost by 40. What are you supposed to do? What you want him to do if you lose by 40?
No, he quit. He went and checked out and boom. I see people check out, they get flack for it. Whatever. Cool. So okay.
When you say checked out, you mean he stopped playing hard or he just took himself out of the game? What do you mean by that?
Yeah. He stops playing off. And like when he wouldn't shoot the ball against the Suns, he quits off and he's a quitter. You are what you repeatedly do. He done that.
So if you do it one time or 2 times, that's who you are. But all the other times, when this nigga is carrying his fucking team, we forget about that. But the 2 times that he did, that's who he is.
I mean, I'm not saying that's who he is. I'm just saying.
That's what you said, Donald.
Listen. I'm just telling you what I've witnessed, and everybody has that in them. I'm not saying that. I said every single player has that in them. And a lot of people are good when things are going good. A lot of people are not. You see what I'm saying? Are not the same when things are going bad.
Let me give you some other examples of teams willing their team to victory. Magic Johnson willed his team to victory when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got hurt. He willed his team to victory. Klay Thompson, Game 6 against Oklahoma City, willed his team to victory. Steph Curry has willed his team to victory. I've seen Chauncey Billups will his teams to victory. It's not about, see, everybody, I love stats too, just like anybody else. But my thing is, sometimes you got to have the courage to miss a shot. And sometimes some guys don't have courage to miss. If they're not the hero, they don't want the backlash that come along with that shit. And that's where leadership and willing your team to victory. And I'm not saying Kevin Durant ain't never did it, but I've seen times against my beloved San Antonio Spurs. I remember I want to say it was game 6. And when I say Westbrook was putting Tony Parker in the fucking blender every time he took, I said, y'all got to do something, San Antonio. And at the end of the game, instead of letting Westbrook work on Tony Parker like he been doing all game, they gave the ball to Kevin Durant, and it looked like he slipped on the banana peel. And San Antonio was able to win that game. It was another time where Serge Ibaka was surgically dismantling San Antonio. He was fucking Tim Duncan up, and they went to Kevin Durant, and they ended up losing those games.
How many times they played with the playoffs?
6
Spurs
times.
and Thunder.
They played a couple of years.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and I think Oklahoma City beat them once, and I think San Antonio beat them twice.
Yeah, beat them right after 4-1 to send Kobe home.
Yeah, so my thing is
him. That was just factual. Go ahead.
Yeah, he took him home, but Kobe 5-2 in the finals.
No, but I'm saying Kobe had
Kobe 5-2 in the finals. And name another player. If you look at since Shaq left, I want you to name me another player that Kobe played with outside of Shaquille O'Neal that averaged over 20 points a game. And I'll wait.
Pau Gasol maybe didn't.
No,
Pau
he did.
Gasol
18.
I said Pau Gasol maybe didn't, but Pau Gasol was damn good. Kobe Bryant is not a playoff player without Shaquille O'Neal or Pau Gasol.
Oh
he
my
got
God.
2 championships without him.
No, you didn't. Did you hear what I said? Kobe, when Shaquille O'Neal left, Kobe Bryant was just a high volume scoring loser. Pau Gasol,
you can't win games by yourself, Donald.
Thank you. That's what I was getting at. Thank you.
But hold on.
I don't mean he's a loser.
Because this thing is, I believe it's a team sport. I believe people get too much. Listen, because when people say people are 5-2 in the finals, I'm this and this in the finals, people get too much respect for winning championships. That's a team accomplishment.
Hold on.
That's all we're talking about. Kobe Bryant. We're not talking about Steve Kerr, a role player. We're talking about Kobe Bryant.
I understand that, but when he don't have his guys, he's just another guy. Another loser.
Hold on.
You can say that about everybody.
That's all.
I'm gonna ask this question again. I need you to tell me a time outside of Shaquille O'Neal, which he only played 6 seasons with Shaquille O'Neal, and he played 18. I believe Kobe played 18, right? So that means he played more than half his career without Shaquille O'Neal. Name a time during that whole 12 other seasons that Kobe played with a player that averaged more than 20 points a game.
He may not have, but he had a
0.
But they had a
loaded 0.
Team.
I helped you.
I'm trying to tell you, they had a loaded team.
Who was loaded?
Lamar Odom is an awesome player.
Odom is really good, but okay.
Odom is really good. Artest is really good and saved his ass to win a championship. Bynum was good. Bynum was good. Gasol was really good.
Okay, let's do this then. How many times has LeBron James played with a player that averaged over 20 points a game? How many times in his career? Pretty much almost every year.
Yeah, it's more good.
Not his first turn in Cleveland. I don't think he
did have Antoine Jameson. Antoine Jameson averaged.
Remember, LeBron took that first Cleveland team to the final. I get that,
but Antoine Jameson averaged 20 points a game. Go check he averaged 20 points a game.
He wasn't on that roster.
Yes, he was on a roster.
Not when they went to the finals that first year.
I'm just saying he played. I'm talking about even if they don't make the finals. I'm talking about he played with players that average 20 points a game. Jordan and Kobe are the only 2 players in NBA history. Well, Jordan didn't have nobody ever. I think until he got to the Wizards. I think Jerry Stackhouse averaged 20. But other than that, in a Bulls uniform, Jordan didn't play with nobody average 20 points a game.
So what is the debate here? That your players weren't that good?
Those guys willed their team to victory. They didn't have another guy that can do the same thing. And that's what I said. That's the difference. Kevin Durant always played with a superstar next to him. He didn't play with Westbrook. He didn't play with Kyrie Irving. He's down there with Sungu was averaging 20 points a game before he got there. Let's keep it real. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson.
I believe if you will your team to victory, you'll get it done sometimes without your guys. That's all I'm saying. If you didn't will your team to victory, the team was good enough to will itself to victory, not you as a person. Because it's not like, now when you out there doing something by yourself, that's like, all right, I'll give you that. And I'm not saying some guys haven't won individual games by themselves, but
LeBron did.
He don't count.
Yeah,
I
but
done
that's
seen Luka Doncic win games with nobody in Dallas.
Hey, I'm saying I've seen Kevin Durant win games. Period.
Okay. That's debatable. Okay. Well, let's get. We got some more. We got to go over. Real quick, man. Donald, your boy PG-13. I guess can we still call him that? Can we call him playoff Paul? No. Paul George is back, man, off his 25-game suspension. I didn't even really realize he was coming back this year. I didn't.
That's fucked up, Jody.
I didn't know. I'm not trying to be funny. I really thought he was suspended for the rest of the year, but
it was
25 games.
Yeah.
Donald, what do you think is with Philly? You pick Philly that potentially can come out the East, right? You still believe that with Paul George and Rondo?
Yeah, I believe they did exactly what they're supposed to do. Paul George got suspended. Just let Embiid sit down. Magically, Embiid come back the same game. Paul George come back tonight.
I know, right?
It's playing. Paul George ain't like he took steroids or something. He was off ketamine, getting high.
No, he said he took PEDs. He said his mental health was the reason why he took PEDs.
He said he was playoff P too.
True. But
he tested positive for ketamine, a banned substance, not performance enhancing.
Oh, okay. But this is the thing, though, and I get that on a serious note, and we can talk, we can criticize him. But if he really has mental issues, we gotta take that serious, guys. We can't play, not us, but the NBA. Because remember, Paul George had that breakdown in the bubble. Y'all remember when the bubble?
That's my thing. Yeah, that's my thing. Instead of suspending him, okay, the suspension cool, but my thing is go get him. Okay, you got to go get some help to come back. You need to do something before you come back.
Right.
But at the same time, it's the NBA. They don't care about their players. Get back out here to make us this money.
True. But I want for real, Paul George. We about to. I ain't gonna lie, Paul George. We about to criticize the shit out of you. But man, hey, in your actual life, go get your help, man. Because we criticize just because this is sports, man. But your life is way more important than sports, my boy. If you need help, man, go help Paul George, man. Because he's a great guy. If you ever watch him on his podcast, you can tell he's a great guy, man. At least on the podcast. But we about to criticize you though, because I just had to give you that. Because when it gets to me, you gonna wish that I didn't say it. So
that coincidence is crazy. Paul George off suspension. Now all of a sudden, Embiid knew just feel better tonight.
Right? He like, man, my knee feel fantastic.
Come on, man. They rested up like they were supposed to. Y'all both had 20, 25 games of rest. Get in there and do what y'all supposed to do. Maxie will probably come back in 3 days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Here come Maxie, VJ, VJ Radio, who, yeah, they gonna make their run. So, what do you think about that? Paul George making this return. Like I said, I ain't gonna in front. I didn't know. He was gone.
Well, there's like 10 games left in the season. The question is he gonna play off 10 of these games before the playoffs get here? That's gonna be the question because they like to miss games over there in Philly. But adding a former All-Star to your roster can't hurt. I mean, he does have some playoff experience. They're going to need that because they do have a bunch of young players on their roster. But them making a run to the finals, I just don't see it. They do have a lot of talent, but I just don't. They haven't played that many games together this year. I don't know they're going to have the chemistry or anything to get that done this year.
Listen, man, Paul George coming back. I didn't know he was gone. I told him when he left, he was the best thing that happened to the Clippers when he left. And remember I told y'all he signed this big contract. This dude robbed Philadelphia without a mask at all. He Jesse James the hell out of the Philadelphia 76ers. Because even now that he's back, they looking like we don't even need him. We drafted VJ. We got Tyrese Maxey playing at a MVP level. Like I said, B's neat. All of a sudden it's better. Paul George, if he can accept the role coming off the bench, and turn into like an Eric Gordon type of player and give you about 10 to 15 points a game. He can't defend like he used to, even when he didn't miss these 25 games. And like I said, Paul George had a great career. Like, I'm not gonna take anything away from him. When he was in Indiana, man, I thought Paul George was one of the top 15 players in the league during that time. He could play both sides of the court. He was a hell of a defender. But now I think he turns into the 7th or 8th guy off the bench. And that's okay. But for that amount of money, you should have kept Tobias Harris. I mean, shit, if you're going to pay him that money, you should have kept Tobias Harris, who's balling out in Detroit. Everybody was like, oh, Tobias ain't doing that. Now he's helping that young team in Detroit. And now you got Paul George that's hurting the team because you ain't in the uniform. So let's see what he does in this return, man. But Paul George, I do want you to get help, but I think you need to accept your role of coming off the bench. Pretty much, I ain't gonna lie, for the rest of your career. That's where I'm at. He needs to accept that because I think he's what, 30? How old is he? Down 34, 35?
Nah, at my age, you're probably 30, 37, 36, 37.
Is
36,
he?
30. Yeah, it gotta be.
He been around for a while, bro. Indiana was a long time ago.
Yeah, him and Norris came in the league together. Norris
What was that down about 4 teams ago? He's been on about 4 teams.
Yeah, he's actually probably like the winningest Clipper of all time. He the only one took him to the conference finals.
Kawhi Leonard was on that team.
Kawhi didn't play.
Hurt.
Kawhi wasn't playing the playoffs.
I remember he got hurt against the Jazz. Remember he hit knees against the Jazz.
Yeah.
Hey, but check this out, So before we get to the college ranks, we got a lot to talk about on that. But the NBA, man, they they got the 65 game rule. If anybody's unaware what the 65 game rule is, you have to play at least 65 out of 82 games to get any NBA honors, whether it be MVP, all NBA team, all defensive team, et cetera, et cetera. You got to play 65 games, which I know a lot of their bonuses are tied into if they make all NBA teams, which I'm like, damn, if you're already making 60 million, what's another 5 million? But hey, that's your pockets, not mine. Now we got an agent that came out, that's Cade Cunningham's agent, that has spoke out about the 65 game rule, saying that Cade Cunningham should still get an opportunity to be all NBA or MVP candidate because quote unquote he had a real injury. Talk to me about that. Where do you stand on that, so?
Well, I did a video about this, Joe, about a month ago, because everyone can kind of see that all the best players in the league were missing a shitload of games. So, if you miss more than that, if you don't hit that 65 game mark, then all those awards that you can win, they're going to have to end up giving an award to a role player that don't even, they're going to get an MVP to the sixth man because all your best players are hurt and miss so many games. The NBA overthought it. It's one thing to take money out their pocket for certain things, but the awards is another story. So it's going to be real tainted if it gets to the point that people that deserve to get the MVP don't get it because they missed too many games. I think Wemby can only miss like one more game. Ant-Man, I think he's already eliminated from it. All these players are missing all these games. I think they overthought this. I'm pretty sure after this year they're going to change it. The NBA don't mind changing rules. I'm pretty sure they'll change it after this year.
Yeah, because Donald, Jaylen Brown came on and he had some very strong thoughts about it. He said, no, they don't need to change the 65 game. But he said, that's like somebody coming working half the you play 50 games, you came to work half the time and you get rewarded for it. I like what Jaylen Brown said. I mean, Mad Dog actually made a good point. He said, man, being injured is a part of the game. So whoop-de-doo, you got hurt. That you're an athlete. You get hurt and you don't go to the minimal, you don't do that. What do you think, Donald, about this 65 game rule?
I think it's a broken system. I think it's something that's unfixable because they put it in place to try to threaten guys to win more. But the stuff that they thought they was about, it's not. People are more intelligent than that. I only got to make all NBA once to get to have the thing on my resume to get to my next contract. So if I make all NBA this year and I got 3 more years on this deal, I don't have to play that much I'm already all NBA. So I get to my next contract and the bonus is still going to be there of what they owe me. I think it's like child support, a broken system, but you can't police it because every situation is different. Like you can't say, okay, one guy got to pay child support, but he's a damn good parent to his kid, but the other guy don't do nothing for his kid, but they got to pay the same amount. It's no way to police it because it's a case by case scenario. It needs to be judged on. Like Cade Cunningham. He actually, he got an actual, his lung is actually messed up. So yeah. the rule, he's getting punished for a rule that was not put in for him. The rule was put in for guys who just flat out not playing. So right. I think it's just a broken system, something you can't really police because it should be a case by case scenario.
Okay. King Ming said PG needs to take the Adonis Haslam role. It'll be different. He can't take a role where he's not respected like Adonis Haslam. So if Adonis Haslam was with Miami his whole career, Paul George has been on 4 or 5 different teams. How you gonna police somebody when you ain't even the ambassador? You see what I'm saying? He's not the ambassador of the 76ers. If he go back to the Indiana Pacers, he was with the Pacers, I would understand that. But I know what you mean, but I don't think he would get the respect of Adonis Haslam.
But I'm gonna push. I'm gonna go against that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because these guys is coming in 18, 19, 20, 21. Like he's been working, they've been showing him, he's been working with Edge come a lot. And those guys at that age, a lot of them be like, who's your GOAT? Paul George.
Right.
So the respect and the high honor that they have for him, I think would allow them to listen to him because they think because of what they think he is. So
I'm talking about organization wise.
I'm not organizations. Ain't no loyalty left like Udonis. It's over with.
He's still there. Donna's still there. I think he's there now.
He's still
Hey, Akeem Ming said players need to take the fall because they accepted the rule when CJ McCollum was the president, and he said blame Embiid for those 65 games. Well, this is my thought process, man. First of all, the fact that you had to put in a rule to make a motherfucker play when they're making $40-50 million a year was diabolical within itself. That's the first thing. Second, they get 1 million fucking breaks. Do you know that the All-Star break is only supposed to be 3.5 days, and now it's a whole week? So,
yeah.
So you're getting the break then. Now, mid-season tournament, they give them a break then. Christmas break, they get out like the kids in school, Christmas break. Then they still do load management. And then you get a break during the play. Remember when the playoffs started? You played immediately. When the last game of the season was like on the fucking Thursday, you played Saturday. Now with the playing games, you get another break if you one of the top. If you one of the top teams, you get another couple days before the playoffs start. I think this shit is ass backwards. We're paying these guys more money to sit, and it's not even their fault. I'm not even mad at the players, man. I'm gonna take what I can fucking get too, because who the fuck wants to go to work? It becomes like me and my nephew talk about this all the time. Me and Donald talk about it. It's about the business. And that's what I think as a fan, as a historian of the game, is what's souring me. Am I going to still watch it? Of course I'm going to still watch basketball.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to not watch basketball. I'm just going to complain about it the whole time that I'm watching it. I mean, shit, I'm the dude that get off my line, dude. But let's be real. They put a 65-game rule, and now Cade Cunningham is feeling the effects of this 65-game rule because he's really hurt. And that's the crazy thing. They saying, oh, you're really hurt. That's what's crazy, that we are really telling motherfuckers they hurt. So we know there's motherfuckers that's really not hurt, that's just not playing. But nevertheless, man, I think they need to do away with the 65-game rule. Fuck it. If the motherfucker good enough to win MVP and he played 50 games, fuck it. I'm like, y'all put too many rules in place. Just take the shit out, because these guys, they talk about shortening the season. Guess what? If you shorten the season to 72 games, then motherfuckers still gonna be missing games. You shorten it to 62, they still gonna be missing games. You're not gonna fix the problem, because the reason why, Donald, so it goes further back than we say. When you got fifth graders getting ranked in the nation, y'all remember I say this all the time. When you got fourth and fifth graders, they got Instagram pages where they got 2 million motherfucking followers, and you telling them how great they are in the fourth and fifth grade when these niggas nuts ain't even dropped. You got motherfuckers, you got NBA players coming to see a sixth grader. That's why they're not playing right now.
They can kiss that. Go ahead. I'm not bad. I said they can kiss that 72 games goodbye. That ain't happening.
No,
they ain't got to. They can say they want it all they want. That ain't happening. That's over with. The players got power. Y'all ain't got that much power for us to have to pay you the same amount of money, and we gonna lose 10 games of revenue. That ain't happening.
But do y'all feel what I'm saying? Like, this is because if you look at the generation now, this is when they start ranking them players. And you got motherfucking LeBron James going to see a sixth grader. Like, come on, y'all. We got NBA players lining up to go see seventh graders, which is cool. You know, if you in that neighborhood, but it's motherfuckers actually, so they traveling to go see such and such. I heard he a dog. And then what you think, you can't tell. If I'm in the sixth grade, who the fuck gonna tell me something if LeBron came to see me fucking play?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you absolutely right. Listen, it's so crazy. A lot of guys don't even. Everybody wants to go to the NBA. It's not even that big of a thing as it was nowadays, because a lot of people want to go to the NBA for the money. A lot of guys are getting a bunch of money before they even go. So it's not even that much of a. I'm like okay, like it's a lot of guys who get money right now. I just seen a dude on TikTok, a young dude. He got some money playing in high school, and he was saying that he's just trying to make his money, go to college, make NIL, and he want to be like a fashion designer. Don't even care about. He gonna take his money and not even play basketball when it over with. Like a lot of people don't even care like that.
So what do you think about that, man? When you think about that, you're a historian of the game. When you think
Yeah.
about what Donald said,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lack of love. I don't want to say they don't love the game, but it don't look like it.
He's got, like you said, Joe. Remember when we started the show, you were speaking about uh, calling these players soft. This is about, like you said, it's about the amount of games they're not playing. That's why we talk about them. These guys can play. They can play in any generation. These are great basketball players, but it's just the games they're not playing, and we're not used to seeing this. We're used to seeing players go out there and play every single game, and maybe they shouldn't have been doing that. Maybe their career could have been a little bit longer if they took more days off. But it seems like they're getting today's players. It's like they're getting too blatant with it. Now, it's not all the players' fault, like you said. The ownership, the coaches, they have a lot to do with it also. But it just looks bad. That, and also the amount of money they're making, and they're not showing up for work. It's just a bad look.
It definitely is. Eagles Philly was good. He said, good evening, good brothers. Keep doing your thing. Stay safe and stay blessed. That's our guy, Eagles Philly, all the way from Philly, PA. But like I said, me and Donald, and this is the last thing before I get off the top, we're gonna start talking about college basketball. Me and my nephew were talking at the game. We went to see my nephew play. Like I said, they lost the state. They lost the state semifinals 42-44. It was bullshit, but I ain't even getting to that. Game is over. Ain't like they're gonna change the rules. So like, but my nephew made a very good point, Donald. Talk about how they were saying like you're not going to see any more of those getting it out the mud players anymore, because as soon as you find out that player can play, they get an NIL deal and they pay with that. You're not dealing with the guy that's coming from the bottom trying to get to the top. You see what I'm saying? So Donald, talk about that conversation we had.
Yeah, like nowadays, for the most part, a lot of the kids that are making it, especially in basketball, you're seeing not just making like a race thing, but a lot of these guys are like a little lighter skin. It's a lot of guys are moving to the suburbs when they got their money, and therefore it's about who can pay and get their kid trained the most. So therefore, the kid's gonna probably already be well off before they actually get to the league anyway. And then like it's a kid around here, 15 years old, you give them $1.3 million. So it's like it's not even like out the mud, and the love and the grind is not the same. And if you don't work, you don't have to work as hard for something, you don't appreciate it as much. So it's just going all the way up into the top level. Like,
And
what you
also,
gonna do? Like what you gonna do if so at 15 years old they give
I
you a
know,
check
bro.
for $1.3 million. Now I'm the breadwinner in the household. Can't nobody really tell me nothing.
yeah, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to be a substitute teacher when I was there because I was assistant coach, and I wanted to make sure I would go to my kids' classes to make sure they were gonna be eligible and doing what they supposed to do. I would resign as a teacher if a kid was in my school and he made 1.3 million. What am I gonna tell that kid? What if I was a teacher that actually graded his paper correctly, he failed and he couldn't play in the game? I'm probably gonna get hate mail. They probably gonna be egging my car. I'm gonna get death threat. I'm gonna get calls. You're gonna be like, remember the Biggie? Yeah, you know. Oh, you're right. You know, like I listen, man. They need to go to prep schools. Guys that make that type of money can't go to a regular school.
A sophomore in high school, he walk in your class, you tell him to do his work, and he be like, and he say, for what? So I can make the money you make?
You ain't about to insult the shit out of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just here trying to make a living, my boy. You 6'7". 6'7".
6'7".
But yeah, let's go to the college ranks, guys. And I wish Mike was here for this. Hopefully he'll pop up or he'll see it. UNC, the North Carolina Tar Heels, have fired head coach Hubert Davis after 5 seasons. So he had 125 victories. He was 125-54. He had a 698. We could say 70% winning percentage. He went to the national championship game in only his second year. This season, before one of the best players is going to be a top 3-4 pick in the draft, Caleb Williams, before he got hurt, he was 19-5. He ended the season at 24-8, losing the first round matchup to VCU. And he had every opportunity in that game to win. It wasn't like they got blown out. It was guys that y'all paid a lot of money for. Henry Vassell missed crucial free throws down the stretch that could have at least extended the game. Yeah, you blew a 19-point lead, but who hasn't? So what do you think about North Carolina firing Hubert Davis?
I think it's the job that he has. I mean, if you're coaching Gonzaga, and no one really cares. Well, you're a North Carolina coach, and they expect to win championships, and even though they don't win them every year, but that's their expectation. So if you don't get close to that, they'll run you out of there. And his post-game interview, he sounded like he was done with it. He was like, "Yeah, my players missed shots, and they beat us." He's probably just done with the pressure of being a North Carolina coach. So should he got fired? I think not. But when you're a coach of a big university like that, they expect you to win. When you don't win, they're gonna run you out of there.
I'm gonna be honest. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. King Ming said that Stephen A. Smith said they need to go with Kenny the Jet Smith as the next head coach, who ain't never coached a game in his life. But you're endorsing this guy that's been calling games on TNT and now ESPN. But he's supposed to be a coach. Well, because his son is going there. Is that why you want him to be a coach? And then he said, but King Ming said, but his Kenny's legs want to lie too. They said rumors say Jordan has already flew in. For what? I mean, but I'm gonna get to my point when I get a chance. I know you don't really give a shit about this move, but firing Hubert Davis, man, I went off over his resume. I don't know if you heard, he has 125 and 54 record, 70 down near 70% winning percentage. He went to the national championship game in 2022. That was just a few years ago. What do you think about UNC firing Hubert Davis?
That's what I was gonna ask. Up to 5 years, when did Dean Smith get there? We had to see what year he got there and what year did Roy Williams get there. The two coaches that they love, how does his resume compare to theirs in their first 5 years?
Right.
And then to get fired. But then I was seeing that a lot of people at the school, the administrators and stuff, they wanted to keep him for another year. But they got threatened. The fan base is like, he got to go. But more importantly, the donors giving out the money was saying, we're not giving no more money if he's the coach.
Yep.
So at that point, you got to go.
That's who really runs the show, to be honest with you.
That's who the boosters run the show.
Oh,
We're not paying. So if they don't pay, you're definitely not going to win because you're not going to be able to pay the athletes.
Sorry, player.
So they say no matter who you are, I don't care if you Ryan Day, if them people say they're not giving out no more money to pay that roster, he got to go.
And see, this is the bullshit that I'm getting sick of when it comes to you gonna dictate. This nigga's resume matches up with anybody in their first 5 years at any school. The dude averaged 25 victories a season. The dude averaged 20. Let me say that slowly for the people that have a problem reading my lips. He averaged 25 victories per season. He has already in 5 years have been to a national championship. He's already been to a national championship. Did he win it? No, but he's already been in the national championship game. It's some guy. I'm gonna say this, and please don't be everybody. Don't send hate mail. When the last time Izzo won a championship?
He not.
When the last time Calipari won a championship?
He not.
We talking about all these. When the last time Self won a championship? We talking about all these great. We talking about blue blood, Kentucky. We talking about Michigan State. And Michigan State ain't quite a blue blood, but you know what I'm saying. When the last time they won championships? Matter of fact, the last team in the ACC to win a championship was Virginia. So I think it's a bunch of bullshit.
Jody, you're right. But like I say about all these sports, we can't compare. And it's an organization. I know it's not professional, but every school runs their school differently. The team, Bill Self ain't gonna get fired. He probably end up quitting. He's not gonna get fired. The Michigan State coach, he's been there for years. They love him there. They're not gonna run him out of there. They don't love my man in North Carolina. They don't love you. They're not gonna let you stick around.
But so, what is going to get a major coach to come to North Carolina when every team in America that's a Power 5 school can do the same shit North Carolina do? They can do the same shit North Carolina does. It's not no different. Back in the day, North Carolina, you can get the Michael Jordans, the Vince Carters of the world because you're North Carolina. Now, like Donald, jump in here, please. It don't fucking matter.
No, it don't. Now, you still Carolina, so you still got some allure to you. And your better coach better be a good hire, because at the end of the day, if you don't do nothing with this next coach, even the players might go. See, even they got 2 kids. Well, they might ask out now because he's leaving. But they got 2 2 5-star kids supposed to be coming in there exactly next year. But I think the difference in Izzo and see Calipari, even with Kentucky, when they said they wasn't trying to back him no more because he lost in the first round, they got him up out of there. Yeah. Izzo never gonna lose the support from those people. So that's the difference. And I don't think it was the resume thing why he got fired. It's the support of who you lost the support from and who really run the show. Then when them people flat out said we're not paying for another roster if he's the coach, we know you're gonna be sorry now. So we got to get somebody in here who gonna help us obtain a roster.
And I get that, but nowadays, because like Ken Ming said, he think they're going after Nate Oates. Why would Nate Oates leave Michigan? Is he with Michigan, right? Nate Oates? No, he's with Alabama.
I think that's Alabama.
Alabama, sorry. They got they said Michigan coach may go to. Why would you leave Michigan? You're the darling up there. And he said Jerry Stackhouse.
I was thinking about Jerry Stackhouse.
Actually has some head coach because he coached for Vanderbilt and he's been in the NBA for quite some time with Toronto.
I can see that.
So I can see, but my thing is if Jerry Stackhouse doesn't do well, if Jerry Stackhouse doesn't win games, if Jerry let's give some credit. North Carolina actually beat Duke this year. You beat your rival.
Mm-hmm.
You beat your rival. Like that's like get rid of Ohio State coach after he beats Michigan. Like the reason why Sharon Wright really the scandal came to head is because I said this on the show. He lost to Ohio State. If he beats Ohio State again, they keep that whatever situation under wraps until he lost. They were going to keep that situation with Sharon. I don't give a fuck who listens. Hold on. I don't give a fuck who listens. The real is the real. Y'all got rid of Sharon Wright because he lost to Ohio State. You know he was fucking that bitch for a long time. Stop acting like y'all didn't know they was having relations. But y'all kept him aboard because because y'all got to think about it. Last year Harbaugh was there. He was not on the sidelines when they beat Ohio State. Remember, he was suspended.
Yeah.
Sharon Moore won back-to-back games as the acting head coach and the head coach against Ohio State. He had been messing with that girl probably for 3 to 4 years. Soon as he lost that game, and they like, hold on, what the fuck going on? They fired his ass, and all of a sudden, they got to retract some of the things they did because a lot of shit they knew he was set up. They set him up to get him the fuck up out of there. And I'm going to go ahead and say this too. The head coach they got here at Utah, they brought him in. He's supposed to be on the straight and narrow. Guess who Michigan's the president of football operations is?
Who?
His fucking secretary from Utah, a female, no disrespect, a young, attractive female is now the president of operations for the Michigan Wolverines.
So are you trying to say they're going to have a scandal in 6 months? Is that what you're trying to say?
It's going to be less than 6 months. You're going to put a person that your resume, the last job you did, you was assistant, you was the coach's assistant as far as secretary. You went from secretary to operations of football for the Michigan Wolverines. Hold on, let me say that. The Michigan, we talk about one of the most winningest programs in NCAA history. No disrespect to this young lady. Hell of hey, kudos to you. You got a promotion. Her resume doesn't say that.
So are you applying?
Well, Jody, sometimes you do things that you can't. You do little things to help the team win that's not you can't put on paper. It's like you set those screens. You know what I'm saying? No, there's some things you do.
So are you implying that these guys just came up with a creative way to trick? I just get you a job and you make your own money. I ain't got to give you mine.
Donald. Now we fucking talking. But you put her in hold on. But no disrespect. If you would have put her over lacrosse, if you would have put her over volleyball, you could have made her the equipment manager. But you made her the operations manager. I mean, you're the president of the Michigan Wolverines football program.
It's crazy. That job sounds like she's over you.
Yeah,
the first operations.
And I wish I had some video proof of it. I did some independent research. If y'all get a chance, go look it up and go look who is the president of football. And and her being attractive, I don't think had anything to do with it. Maybe,
but it don't hurt.
But the
Carolina thing. Go ahead.
But the fact that you went from Utah and you was a secretary and now you know how much of an increase of money that is, Donald. You went from probably making about $30 an hour to now you making probably $500,000.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's on the North Carolina thing, right? I was seeing a lot of people like we impatient with this. My thing is y'all want a championship. It's 2026. Y'all 9 years ago y'all won a championship. But my thing is, do you think that they done got delusional like a Cowboy fan or a Knicks fan that fast? Or y'all turned into that fast?
Who's that?
Talking about
North Carolina. Because the thing is,
it's very difficult to win a championship in college basketball. It's very difficult.
He's actually split with Duke since he's been there, and he's actually went to a championship in his first 5 years. Matter of fact, I want to see, Jody, you probably already looked it up and know. I don't think nobody's ever got fired with that resume from nowhere.
No, I'm looking at it. Nobody with a 698, down. We're just gonna round it up. 70% winning percentage. I have never seen somebody get it. I don't give a fuck what sport. There's no sport out here that you got dismissed from your employment with a 70% winning percentage.
Well, Donald nailed it. It's about the people that's paying the bills. If they don't rock with you, you're gonna be unemployed. That's what it comes down to.
But I'm gonna go with Donald. I don't think they're delusional because North Carolina has a ton of championships. That's just like the Laker fans, Cowboy fans, Yankee fans. The Dodgers, if you got a ton of championships, you expect to win. Duke fans, no disrespect, but Duke fans, Alabama Crimson Tide football fans, Ohio State fans on football, we expect to win. I was ready to get rid of Ryan Day, but it wasn't. And then he won a championship, and I still wanted to get rid of him because you couldn't beat Michigan. What saved his job, in my opinion, is what he did last year, even though he didn't win the championship. I was like, you got to at least show me you can beat these motherfuckers.
See, Jody, and there you go again. That's how fans and boosters think.
Yep.
This roster, we put enough money in this roster, we should be fucking winning the championship.
Yeah, but it's crazy. Duke from North Carolina actually beat Duke this year, and Duke is a far better team than him this year.
That's what I'm saying. So I wouldn't, if he lost to Duke, if he was getting smoked by Duke, like, okay, Donald made a good point. He said North Carolina lost on purpose to not play Duke a third time. And let's say you play him a third time and then get beat 2 out of now I can understand. And if you went out in the first round, I can understand it. But you beat him. You got guys like Seth Tribble to stay 4 years because evidently you recruited him. That's his guy. He stayed all 4 years because of the love he had for Hubert Davis. And now he's going to go down in North Carolina history with that shot. You can never take that. You can never take that away. That's going to make me run that shot back for 10, 15 years.
Oh, I seen the Davis kid had a post today with him and Roy Williams with the North Carolina blurred out his shirt. Like he don't even let a university more. Like, y'all fired my coach. So a lot of people.
That's the wrong people. You're getting love from the wrong ones. Them ain't the ones paying the bills.
But at the same time, I understand that though. I know that when I seen that story about the booster saying, if y'all keep him, we don't have no more money for y'all. I knew he had to go. I knew the writing was on the wall.
But this is my thing. We're gonna go to these games that we got on Thursday and Friday. This is my last thing on this. Okay, what happens when the next coach doesn't fulfill what he said he's gonna do? And what happens when the next coach doesn't do it? Where does it fucking end and where does it start? Because I understand the goal is to win, but at least we know. Okay, so your thing for the Texas football team, y'all got to beat Oklahoma. It has to happen. And if your coach cannot beat Oklahoma for some odd reason, then he has to go. Me, Donald, Ray, we know the measuring stick for Ohio State is, can you beat Michigan? There's nothing else. Can you beat Michigan? Then can you win national championship? Okay, cool. Can you beat Michigan? North Carolina, can you beat Duke? Duke, can you beat North Carolina? Those are the measuring sticks. If he is doing those, he split his whole career. He split with Duke. And Duke has had far superior teams every year he's been coaching. So for 5 years, Duke has had a better team. Okay, let's go over something. Let's go over their resume. Cooper Flag, Zion Williamson, Con Knipple. This year, Cam Boozer, I'm sorry. Name a player on North Carolina's roster in the last 5 years outside of Caleb Wilson that even comes close to any of those guys at his name.
Nobody. You're right.
So how the hell is he splitting with Duke? How's he splitting with Duke?
Well, rivalry game, sometimes you throw the record out, all that stuff. Rivalry games are crazy, though, Joe. You know that.
I get that's my point, though.
But he won it.
But he won. And we can't, the last 5 years, Duke's rosters have been far superior to any North Carolina roster. He's still beating them. Beating them.
It's gonna be funny when the next guy come in here and don't do nothing.
Well, then they're gonna run him out and get another guy. This is how they do. So I think they keep firing until they get the person they want.
They talking about Mark Few. They talking about a whole bunch of guys. Like, y'all just gonna go steal somebody's coach?
Hold on. The Hefty Lefty just made a great point. Jason, the Hefty Lefty said Hubert Davis retired Coach K. That's the last game Coach K coach was.
He did.
Oh yeah, he sure did.
He did.
Right.
In the Final Four.
Come on, man. That gotta mean
Or the
something.
Elite Eight, whatever. In the tournament.
That gotta mean something. That gotta mean something, but it don't mean anything. I'm gonna take money away. I'm gonna take my ball and go home because Hubert Davis couldn't beat VCU, even though the top is we still North Carolina's still in the tournament. Caleb Williams there. If Caleb Williams is still in the uniform right here, they still in the fucking tournament. I have no doubt. They're still in the fucking tournament. And my man Paul from the Extra Point, he said, I agree, JC. If Sharon Wright beat Michigan again or beat Ohio State, there would not have been a scandal. They would have covered it up. Hey, Paul, they were covering it up. They know he been fucking that girl for years.
Yeah.
His wife, guess what? Where was his wife at? His
wife.
He's
He's the other guy that gave his girl. He gave that chick a pay raise. That's what it was.
Yeah, but where was his wife at when he was going through trial? Now now Michigan gonna have to pay him because they found out it came up evidence that they set him up. His wife was right. His wife knew he was fucking old girl. Listen, man. Women know, and this is just a little tidbit. Women know when you stepping out. You think you slick. Nigga, women know, and they probably doing the same thing that you did. But guess what? You never gonna find out because the dude ain't gonna play the other role. The dude gonna play his part.
So his wife is pregnant though. So that you saying the baby gonna come out looking like somebody else? Is that what you're trying to say?
It may be. You never know. He said. King Ming said Sharon wanted that walk, and then Paul said the whole school knew. Everybody knew, man. They was on the sidelines talking during games, man. But once they couldn't beat Ohio State, but you don't fire John Harbaugh, who couldn't beat Ohio State to save his fucking life. Y'all know John Harbaugh was like 2-5 against Ohio State, but you don't. And then he would have got fired the year COVID came, and he did that forfeit bullshit when he knew Ohio State was gonna drag their ass, and he forfeited that game. Talking about he had no player. He had 50 players available. Nigga, how many players you need to play? NFL roster only got 53.
Yeah.
He had 50, and you know they normally got 100 players. He had 50 players available. He said, "Nah, I'm not gonna play this," because you know Ohio State was gonna fucking dog walk their ass, and he made sure. And after the COVID year, they went on a run and started wiping Ohio State's ass. But that's a whole different subject. We'll talk about that later. Donald, the Sweet 16 is here, and I'm gonna leave this last for Soul because Soul should be a little happy right now. Texas is the last double-digit seed in the tournament, so there's really no upsets at this point. We normally used to seeing a lot of upsets in the Sweet 16, but NIL, like we said, NIL was gonna get rid of all that shit. So now we got number 11 Texas versus number 2 Purdue. The last time these two teams played was in 22, where Purdue had Jay Nivey and they beat Texas.
Yeah, I remember that game.
So, Donald, what do you think, man? Can Purdue pull off this victory? And I think Braden Smith was there. I think he was there back when they played last time. He's been there forever.
That's great. That's crazy. You play 4 years nowadays. It's like, hey man, what you doing?
That's more. Who you got in this game though?
I mean, I've been with them since to play in, man. I'm rolling with the Longhorns. I'm not a big Purdue fan, but I feel like the Longhorns own us something. I'm rolling with the Longhorns.
Okay, so man, you the last man standing, nigga. Like, who would have thought 11?
Jody, I got 2 teams.
Nigga, we got one team.
I got 2.
You got one team until one of them teams lose.
Yeah.
But on some real, man, I know you was a true fan. And you said they don't deserve to be there. And I told y'all about Miller. Miller been coaching in this area. Sean Miller, didn't he coach at Xavier and UD?
Xavier.
Xavier. But he's a hell of a coach. He's going to turn that program around. And he already has. He's already started. What do you think, man? Can Texas actually pull the upset against Purdue?
Well, I've been picking against my boys all year, and they've been proving me wrong so it's a tournament. So I'm going to keep picking against them. I'm going to see if I can keep. I'm going to go Michael Irvin style. I'm going to pick against my team. I'm going to go the Boilermakers to win this game and hope I can be wrong again.
I love your strategy because either way it's a win-win for you. I do that with Cleveland because we tend to lose no matter fucking what. But no, in this one, man, I think Texas, they got ice water in their veins. The kid, Marks, has ice water in his veins. I think he has 5 game-winning shots throughout his career. and we know about the kid Swain, who is increasing his draft stock as we speak. I just don't think it's going to be enough against the Boilermakers. I think they got like 3 seniors in their starting lineup: Braden Smith, Lawyer, and actually 4, because they got Kaufman, Wren, and they also have Clough. Those guys have been playing. The only guy that's a sophomore is C.J. Cox, and the most athletic guy on the team. But I like Purdue to win this game, and there's nothing against Texas. I just think that Purdue, who I don't think is a very athletic team, I don't think Texas is either. I don't think Texas is that athletic. So now you got a team with 2 teams that are really not athletic. I think that now it's going to go on to senior leadership, and Purdue and Braden Smith will probably be the best player on the court. He can play. Don't get me wrong. Braden Smith can fucking play. I mean, I think he's an NBA player for sure, and I think he's going to lead. He's going to lead his team. And I think the Cinderella story for Texas ends in this game. So I got Purdue in this one.
Why Huffman? What's his name? Huffman. He shoot all floaters. Like, don't give a 3-point line. It's all a push shot, like a floater. Like
who?
Huffman, the big, not the power forward guy from what's his name? Huffman. You said his name. Is it Huffman or Huffman?
No, Wren. You talking about you talking about Wren?
Yeah,
Kaufman.
Yeah, Kaufman. He shoot all floaters. Like, what do you like? Shoot a real shot.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, real quick, Keeming said, "Hey, a question." He said, "Is Sharon Moore and Puka Nacua related by any chance?" Because Puka Nacua out here biting motherfucker. He must be. What's the one that bit the ass in the commentator that bit some ass in the
hotel? Mark Albert.
Yeah, he might be kin to Marv Alberts, man.
Marv Albert.
He out here biting ass. Young Chris said Braden Smith did beat Bobby Hurley's record for the most assists earlier. Yeah, we talked about that. He broke the record. And we probably won't even see that record ever being broken again with a guy in the same uniform, because if he does it at Hofstra and they find out he can play, he's probably going to end up transferring to North Carolina or Duke before the end of his career. So we probably never see that again. But so this is another one. Solo Sports. We got another Big Ten matchup. So we know a Big Ten team is going to be in Elite Eight. Now I'm gonna go ahead and say this: there's 6 Big Ten teams remaining out of the 16 teams that's remaining. I want to throw that out there. At least one of them gonna get eliminated, and one of them will be moving on. Iowa. This is the furthest Iowa has ever been in school's history. So if they make the Elite Eight, it'll be the first time. And we know this is the first. Nebraska. For sure. Nebraska ain't never been this far. So who you got in this one?
I think Nebraska should have lost their last game, but it don't matter what I think. They should have lost that game, but it was a good basketball game. I really like Iowa to win. Who I want winning this game? I'm gonna go Iowa to beat Nebraska. I'm gonna go Iowa to take down the Cornhuskers. I'm going Iowa.
The last time that Iowa was this far in the Sweet 16, of course they lost. It was in 1988 when they had B.J. Armstrong. And then it was in 1998-99 when they had Ricky Davis. Those was the last times they had been this far. And Donald, of course, Nebraska.
That's what I was going to ask. When the last time Nebraska been this far?
Nebraska ain't never.
Maybe.
They ain't never. 2000 never. So who you got? I mean, Donald, who you got in this game? Iowa or Nebraska?
I mean, Big Ten barn burner. I think I'm gonna take Nebraska, man. I guess once you figure out how to win, I guess you just keep winning. So I guess I'm gonna take Nebraska.
This is a situation I don't like. Why are we putting teams in the same conference in the same bracket? Because if UConn and St. John's are in the same bracket, I don't like that. And we'll get to those games later. I think if you got an Iowa, Nebraska, if you got some Big Ten teams, I know there was a lot of Big Ten teams in the conference, but to be able to match up in the Sweet 16, I don't really like it. That's just me. But in this game, and I got Nebraska. I think Nebraska's on a mission. Fred Hoiberg, who also is another person rumored to be a candidate for the North Carolina job. He better stay where he's at. He better stay there. He's building his program. He got his son there. Don't all y'all coaches, if y'all got some winning program, don't take the cheese. Stay where y'all at. They beat Florida. I was very impressed with them beating Florida, a team that everybody thought was going to repeat. And that's why I didn't believe Florida was the number 1 seed after they got beat by Vandy. But, like what we say, so ain't nobody going to listen to me. So in this game, I got Nebraska to win this game. I like Nebraska. I like what they're doing. They play as a team. They complement each other. And you never know who's going to step up for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. So that's what you like. Hey, Zenda, but she said, hey, family. She said, Josie, I was just talking about you. What was you talking about? Please do share. What are you talking about? But let's keep it moving. Solo on Sports.
Yes, sir.
This game, whoo-wee! We talking about the Arkansas Razorbacks. They just won the SEC, so they on one of the longest winning streaks in the country. If you look at it, they on a nice little winning streak because they went through the SEC tournament, won that. Now they won a couple games in the tournament, but now they're going against number one Arizona, who won their tournament, and they're looking really good. Who you like in this game? Two freshmen going head to head, ATGS and Burris.
Arkansas's got the better coach. They have the best player on the court. I think Cuff is probably the best player in this game, but Arizona's a way deeper roster. And I think that might be the difference in this game. But I'll tell you what, if Cuff finds a way to beat Arizona and dominate the basketball game, go ahead and put him top 2 pick in the draft. That definitely elevated him that. But I don't think he's got enough help to win this game. I'm going to go Arizona to keep moving and Bryce James get closer to a championship.
Yeah.
What I tell you about I told you A-Cup when I asked a question. I was like, man, can he be the number 1 pick? That's what I asked y'all a couple days ago.
If he win this game, Jody, I will be so impressed, and I'm pretty sure the NBA team is going to be like, oh shit, maybe this guy should be the number 1 pick. We'll see.
Yeah, that's crazy work. King Mink said it might be an upset. Young Chris said Cole Pete in Arizona is going to take care of business. He thinks that Arizona's going to win that game. Yeah. Donna, what do you think about this with Arkansas and Arizona, man?
I agree. I do think Darius Acuff is the best player on the floor. But I believe that Arizona got 3 and 4 or 5 guys that's just and he just outnumbered. You ever see you beat one dude up and he got 4 brothers?
Yeah.
And that's how I think it's gonna be. I picked Arizona to win it all. I'm sticking with it. They ain't showed me nothing yet to make me switch my pickup. So I'm gonna go with Arizona to win the game.
Yeah, I got to go Arizona in this one. Not that Arkansas. Arkansas ain't gonna go down without a fight because they look like the 5 slammer jammers. Because the last couple games, I have never seen a team get this many dunks in the game. You see what they did against Hawaii, then against High Point, which they struggled against High Point. But High Point was on a mission, so they beat a 13 and 12 seed. So now you got to go against the number 1 seed. That's what we got to understand. I'm not taking anything away from Arkansas, but Arkansas they went through a 13 and a 12 seed. Let's keep that in perspective. Now you got to go against the number 1 seed. A-Cup had to play. He had to actually get in his bag to even beat High Point. So Arizona is going to give them everything they're looking for. And I think that Arizona, like Donald said, they're a well-rounded team. And the guy that it was a Big 12. So I'm going to ask you a question. So who was the Big 12 player of the year?
Who was it? The guy from Arizona, wasn't it?
Yeah. You in the same conference with all these freshmen.
Yeah.
And you in the same conference with AJ DeBonza. But the person that won Big 10 player of the year was Jaden Bradley from Arizona. And he's tough as nails. He's a senior. You don't have to call timeouts for this kid because he's the coach on the floor. Arizona wins this game. It's going to be a good one. But Arizona is going to win this game. They got too many dogs. They got every position. Pause. They're good at every position. So I got them winning. Donald. Ooh, this is another one, Donald. This is another one. We got 2 freshmen in this game, two potential top 10 freshmen in this game, but it's more than just them. So you got number 3, Illinois is going against number 2, Houston, them Cougars. You know, we love them Cougars. Donald, who you got in this matchup?
I'm going to take Houston. I think Fleming and what's his name? How you pronounce his name from Illinois?
Oh, Wagner.
I think they're canceling itself out. But then when you got the Sonats and you got other guys for Houston, I think Houston a little deeper. So I'm gonna go with Houston to win.
Okay. So who you got, man?
I'm picking Houston. This is basically a home game for the Cougars. They're playing their game. They're playing at where the Rockets play their home games, which is 2 minutes from the Cougars campus. So it's a home game for them. Illini, they're a tough, gritty basketball team, but I think Houston will take them in a home game for them, basically.
Yeah, man. King Mink said he's going with Houston. This one, I got to go with Houston. I think home court is going to matter, even though I think kids like Boswell, because like Donald said, Wagler and Fleming is going to cancel each other out. But where does the supporting staff? You know, I'm big on Emmanuel Sharp.
Sharp is good.
This is a kid that could have won. He almost won the championship last year against Florida. I mean, they were up and they had opportunities to win that game, and now Florida's out, so they ain't got to worry about playing Florida this year. But what I like Boswell, who is really the heart and soul of Illinois. He's a guy that was out injured. He came back. He's really the heart and soul. And then Pedro Stojakovic, Andre Stojakovic is very athletic. I don't know where he got the athleticism from. Maybe he got it from Chris Webber.
Wow.
What'd I say?
That was a wild team. You never know.
I don't know what they were doing over there. But
So you're saying that the kid has kinky hair is what you're saying?
he may, because he out there dunking. His dad ain't never had a dunk in the game. I ain't never seen Pedro Stojakovic get a dunk. Now this dude he cocking it back. I'm looking like this nigga is.
Hey, Jody, you hear what Gary Payton said about his son? He said, I don't know where my son got them hots from. Maybe the milkman. I never could jump like that.
So I definitely got Houston in this game to move forward, guys. Donald. Now we got St. John's. We're going against Duke. But the thing about it is St. John's is as healthy as they ever been. Duke may get some relief, and Foster may play in this game. Donald, do you believe that Duke can make it to the Elite Eight?
Oh, we going. We going. I watched St. John's play. Well, I watched them play a couple times, but even the other day, I just watched how ineffective they are shooting the ball. Who they just played? They just played.
You talking about Duke?
No, St. John's. They just played.
Who did they play?
They beat Kansas. They beat Kansas.
And Kansas shot it even worse. Kansas played 60 minutes and only one person made a 3-pointer the whole tournament. I said, yeah, that is bad. But St. John's, I don't think they can shoot the ball well enough to beat Duke, and we can play possession by possession because we had the best player on the floor, which would be Boozer in a college setting. So I'm gonna go with Duke to win.
Okay, cool. I like that. So St. John, we talking about a legendary coach over there. We talking about Al Pacino. I'm sorry,
Tony Soprano.
Yeah. Well, we talking about the Godfather himself. Rick Pitino was over there, man, and he got that team. He got a lot of veterans on that team, to say the least. Some of these guys are older than some of these NBA teams. And we got Duke, where we know, once again, Cam Boozer is a decorated winner. I mean, his brother, I guess he's been on every team, so he's a decorated winner too. Who wins this game?
Well, St. John's, they know they can't score the ball, so they're going with their game plan is make it ugly and play good defense and make them win it towards the end. That's going to be their game plan. So I think they'll keep the game the score kind of low, but I still don't think they'll be able to score enough points to beat Duke. Fine, Duke will pull away from them late in the second half. So I got Duke win this game by at least 10 points.
Yeah, I got Duke winning this game, and I just think Duke is a really well coached team. I don't think people have given enough credit to John Shire on how good he's been coaching his team, because this is not one of the most talented Duke teams that we've seen. Actually, this ain't the most talented team they've had in the last 4 to 5 years. When I think the team with Zion Williams was very talented, and the Cooper Flag and Con Knippel. You got two guys that win the lottery, so you know how good that team was. I think this team is they're kind of overachieving in my opinion. Especially they had 2 starters out the lineup. You may get one of them back. They beat St. John's, even though that kid did something rare in the Big East. He was the Big East Defensive Player of the Year and Offensive Player of the Year. That's crazy work to have done that in a conference like the Big East. But it ain't going to be enough, because I think he's going to get in foul trouble. I can't pronounce his name, but he's going to get in foul trouble against Cam Boozer, and that's going to be the difference. I think Cam Boozer is going to have one of his epic games of 26-13, and he's going to show everybody why he's the top 4 pick in the draft. Duke rolls against St. John's. Real quick, King Mink said Duke should win this game, but wouldn't be shocked if St. John's win. You know what? Only 2 people can win, so I guess you can't be shocked if only 2. So it's 50%. You're gonna be 50%.
Somebody ain't no ties in the tournament, baby. Somebody got to win this joker.
So on sports, this is not football. This is not football. This is basketball. And we got number 4 Alabama, who seem to be playing phenomenal basketball without Larry Hoover on their team. They're playing against Michigan, who is playing very well to not have one of their top guards off the bench that's out with injury. Who wins this game?
So Ghost from Power is still out. Am I right? He's not playing in this game. He's out. They still been playing good ball without him, but I think Michigan is on a mission. Michigan on a mission to get to the Final Four. So I think they take care of business in this game. I think they knock Alabama out.
Hey, King Mix, who would I be if I don't do you like that? King Mix, who would I be if I don't insult you? Like, I'm joking with you, man.
Wolverine, baby.
You got Wolverine. Donald, who you got, man? Alabama versus Michigan.
I'm going blowout city. I think Michigan gonna blow them out.
Word?
This is not the team that you need to play against to have one of your dogs down. And Alabama has one of their dogs down. I think the bus stops here, and I'm going Michigan by about 15.
Yeah, I'm agreeing. I think Michigan wins this game. It's only so long you can go without having one of your top scorers. I mean, you won a couple games. You actually won the second round. Definitely was a surprise to me. I didn't think they was going to win the second round game, but to get to the Sweet 16, you can't say that you had a bad season. This is a good season, even if he was available. Getting to the Sweet 16 is an honor. I mean, you're a top 16 team in the country.
Oh, yeah.
So I think Michigan, man, like Michigan really is really ready to take it to the next level, man. I think they had a better front line. Everybody was giving Florida the credit for having the best front line. I think Michigan has the best front line. And Lindenberg, why we don't talk about him enough? I think he's the guy that won Big Ten Player of the Year. He's one of the best defenders. And if he were playing on any other team where he had to score, he would be a 25-point guy. But he doesn't have to score because they got so many weapons on Michigan. That's another guy that's underrated, in my opinion. That don't get he should be a top 10, top 12 pick in an NBA draft as well. So I like Michigan to knock out, but we were remiss not to say LeBaron Philon Jr. is a fucking stud down there in Alabama.
For sure.
Want to make sure we talk about him because that's another guy I got as a lottery pick. So, but I do have Michigan winning that game. King Mink said he's going to play with an ankle monitor. He said he's going to be out there with he's going to be on house arrest.
Contavious Caldwell Pope.
Right. Donald, man, we got number 3, Michigan State going against number 2. That's supposed to be a 2 by UConn. What do you think about this game? This is an alley fight type of game right here.
Man, somebody gonna need a G unit invest in this game with Hurley out there. But I'm gonna go with. It's tough, man, because I don't really like this UConn team. I'm gonna go with Michigan State. I'm not really a big fan of this UConn team. I guess they do find a way to win, but I do think Michigan State will edge them out come this weekend.
Okay. So who you got in this matchup?
I agree with Donald. I'm going Michigan State over UConn. I had UConn losing last round. I would think I was a game off. So I think they lose this round.
I got to go against the grain. I think UConn wins this game because I think they just have better players on their roster than the Michigan State Spartans do. Michigan State, their best player is Fears, and they got a whole bunch of blue collar guys. Now we know that Carr can jump out the gym, but we know he can't shoot to save his life. So, like Donald said, if you on the offensive end, I'll play off for you. Now you're playing 5-on-4 basketball. And I think that they depend on too many of their role players to step up and play. And at some point, role players are not going to play. You're not at home because all these games are neutral sites. So your role players don't get that extra energy from the crowd like the Cam Wards, the Scotts, the 2 freshmen on their team. Cooper, I think Cooper's fantastic. He's been their best player in this tournament. But I just don't think if you look at UConn's roster, Caravan got 2 national championships, guys.
Caravan been there since
He's been there. I think he was there when I was in high school. But Caravan said, "Look, we're not gonna lose this game." And Caravan, he can step up. Mullins can step up. We already seen that Gray had one of the most epic games in NCAA basketball history in the tournament. Solo Ball can step up. Demir can step. It's so many guys that can step up on his roster. I just think they got a better team. And Hurley he's not gonna be so animated with him having so much respect for Tom Izzo on the other side. So he's not gonna be that animated like he normally is. And I think that's gonna be a plus for UConn. UConn wins this game. They go to the Elite 8. Can I tell y'all that? UConn has been in. This would be the 4th. If they go to the Elite 8, this would be the 4th year in a row they have been in the Elite 8. That's crazy work right there, man. But
maybe Hubert Davis would have went to more Elite 8s. Maybe he wouldn't go.
If you don't fire the motherfucker beforehand,
it seemed like it didn't matter.
You might be right, Don. Maybe it didn't matter.
Shit, he been to a Final Four in 5 years. We got guys that ain't been to Final Fours in 30 years and still got their job. But hey, okay, all right. Hey, last but not least, Donald, we got number 6 Tennessee against number 2 Iowa State. Before we even get in this, remember I told you I picked Virginia in this game. So I got to eat crow. I was wrong. I thought Virginia was going to beat Tennessee, and they didn't. So I just want to make sure when I'm wrong, I go up, because when I'm right, y'all better be giving my credit, because it's a lot. But I was wrong in this game. Donald, who you like in this game between Tennessee? Gillespie's playing fantastic basketball. Another guy that's going to be a lottery pick, Nate Amen. You know about him, man.
Mm-hmm.
And but Iowa State, I don't know if Josh Jefferson is playing though. That's the only thing. I don't know.
That's a big if. But I'm gonna take Iowa State either way. I just think Iowa State is a better team, just more well-rounded, and they play lockdown defense a lot of times. Like so, I'm gonna take Iowa State to beat Tennessee this week.
Okay. Soul on sports, man. Who you got, man? Tennessee, man, overachieving, in my opinion, beating the number 3 seed in Virginia, 30-win team. Now they got to go against another 30-win team in Iowa State, man. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Iowa State also. I think these teams like Texas and Tennessee that are winning games that people thought they weren't going to win. I think this layoff is going to hurt them. They've been off. They haven't played a game in about a week. They probably wish they played one day off and go play again, but they didn't. I think this week off is going to hurt them. I'm more Iowa State to win this game.
Stopping the momentum.
Yeah.
King Ming said you already know. He said F the Vols. So yeah, I don't know if the Vols took his girl when he was younger. I'm not sure what the Vols did to King Minks down there in Memphis. It's wild. It's wild. It get wild down there in Memphis, man.
He does not like Peyton Manning, so I'm assuming he don't like Peyton Manning.
Yeah, I don't think he likes Jamal Lewis or none of them. You don't like Peerless Price? He from Dayton, Ohio, man. What's good? You don't like him? But he said I'm like Solo with Texas playing Georgia. That's their daddy.
Whoa.
That's it. I love.
That's going to change.
Custody.
Y'all finally beat Michigan. Damn, if y'all can beat Michigan, we can beat Georgia.
But we done beat Michigan before. When the last time y'all beat Georgia?
We beat Georgia in the Sugar Bowl about 7 years ago.
Can you please? I'm gonna look that up because I don't.
Yes, sir. My year might be off. We beat them about 7 years ago in the Sugar Bowl. Now, mind you, Georgia didn't play all the starters, but we did win the football game.
I don't believe you. I gotta see. I don't believe you. But no, in this matchup here, man, I think that Tennessee is an overachieving ball club. I think they should have probably went out in the first round, honestly. But for them to be here in the 6th seed, in the tough SEC, one of the last SEC teams standing anyway, they're not going to be standing. Iowa State is a. I remember Donald early this year picked Iowa State to go to the Final Four before all this. I'm talking about he picked them back in like January when they started conference play. And I'm starting to see. I watch a lot of Iowa State games, and they got a kid that's like one of the Maritovich or what, one of them guys. That dude can shoot the fucking skin off the ball.
Shoot the skin.
So he's on there, and then you got Torrey. This is a freshman that nobody talk about. He's from Paris, France, that plays, and then their point guard who was on the all defensive team. So they got. If you got Josh Jefferson, it's going to be a no-brainer. But I think maybe this week off is going to get him healthy enough so he can play. But even without him, I'm with Donald. I'm with you. So Iowa State wins this game. So it's going to be a threesome. And Donald, since you're the youngest, you got to hold the camera.
Shit.
I ain't holding shit. But yeah, man. Hey, great show today, man. We will not be on until Sunday. The reason why we're not going to be on, because of course we're going to be enjoying the games tomorrow. I have a commercial shoot here on Saturday, and I will be representing Against the Grain Sports, and I have some details I will let y'all know because we're actually I have a meeting after that because there's some people that want to represent us from the city of Dayton that want to put some money behind them. I'm gonna link his name, but I'm not gonna do it just yet. But he's a very powerful lawyer in this city. Donald, you probably already know what I'm talking about. Who do they call in this city when something happens?
It ain't Top Dog.
It ain't Top Dog.
And it ain't Top Dog Law. He's the rival. And they want to sit down and talk business with Against the Grain Sports, and they also want me to appear in their commercial. So I'll be at the commercial from 11 to 3 o'clock, and then we're going to talk business, and I'll be right back on Sunday to tell you guys exactly what's going on. But it's very exciting time for Against the Grain Sports, man. So we're doing fantastic because of y'all. We done had out of our last 6 or 7 shows, all of them are over 70,000 views. I mean, we had one that hit 140K. And if you ain't checked the page out, man, we got some videos that's going crazy, man. Check out some old nostalgia, some new nostalgia. Check us out. Against the Grain Sports, man. Eagles Philly said, good show today. Good brothers, keep doing your thing. Stay safe and stay blessed. And I want to give a big shout out to King Minks and Eagles Philly. Both of those guys have been there since we started. Always commenting, always giving us the sports knowledge. I like to, not saying that nobody else does. I'm just saying that these gentlemen have been. I have never met them, but I feel like I know them. You know what I mean? Like I've never met them in person, but I feel like I know both of them. And I appreciate you guys so much, man. Just keep helping us out, man. And we won't forget y'all when we get to that next level, which is coming very soon. Pause. I don't come soon.
Hey, just sometimes you got to put $2 on pump 3, okay, brother?
Hey,
So.
hey, sometimes fuck that. I fill it up. I fill up all my vehicles. I fill up all. Donald, I can't go like back in the day when I was younger. I'd be like, hey, give me 10 over here, and I'll have a quarter tank.
Where you going? Where you going now? To the next pump?
Yeah, right. I ain't gonna even lie, man. Like if I go get gas, if I can't fill my tank up, then since in the last like 8 or 9 years, I have never not filled my tank up every time I go to I gotta fill it up.
I mean, because I believe in that too, because I promise you'll be back.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't have that kind of time to be running back and forth. But on some real, I don't know. And God has blessed me to be able to do it because I don't want to sit up here like I'm bragging. Like God has definitely blessed me to be able to fill my tank up. But like if I'm dealing with a young lady, I'm like, man, just meet me at the gas pump and fill your shit up because women will not fill their gas tank up and they will have a pocket full of money.
mm-hmm.
I'm like, girl, meet me at the pump. God damn.
Now my wife, she gonna fill her tank up. She don't play them games. She keep her full tank of gas.
Hey, up here, man, listen. I had to tell them if you don't bring your ass up here, so I can fill your tank up.
They ain't go fill the tank up or clean the car out. That's number one.
Oh,
that too.
My wife don't play that shit.
That too. Hey, but Donald, man, give me your final thought as we get out of here.
My final thought is going toward like a lot of the guys who we looking forward to in the NBA draft are done. Like so, whatever you got to go off of, that's it. So I'm just interested to see how these workouts start because guys are going to start working out, and I just want to see how guys pan out and who gets picked where. Well, I'm pretty sure we probably got the top 3-ish kind of panned out, but I don't want a GM to go off the deep end and just say, well, I'm not picking this guy because of this or this guy because of this. Save your job, make the safe pick, and just do what you're supposed to do. Don't go out there, GMs, and try to be a hero and be fired.
Only thing I'm gonna say, Donald, I'm telling you, I think A Cup is if you picked me first, I wouldn't be surprised.
A Cup is pretty. I think he's played his way into number one contention.
Yeah.
He's played his way in number one contention. So I feel like if you go anywhere from A Cuff, DeBansta, Peterson, Boozer, if you're the Pacers and Wilson, I think you're pretty safe. Don't go try to be a hero outside of that.
Or Boozer if you're the Charlotte, which Charlotte won't get a lottery pick, but if you was Charlotte, I think he'll fit in there too.
I think he's good at going number one if it's a ready-made team who just needs a finisher, Pauls, at that position.
Ain't nothing wrong with being a finisher.
The Spurs will probably get it anyway, so
yeah. They don't
get the Spurs pick like they always do.
Yeah, you got a lot of hate in your blood right now, man. Solo Sports, man, give me a final thought as we get out of here.
Final thought, man. I checked out some of the ladies' tournament games. We're gonna have to make some changes to the tournament. I love the women's game, but I'll tell you what, when these number one seeds, they dominate. They don't give you a chance. But it's even more unfair. You already favored by 40 points, and you get a home game. Do we not have enough basketball gyms for the ladies to play their tournament games in neutral sites? They need to do something about that, man. Either put these games in neutral sites to give the other team a chance, or just give the first round the number one overall seed to buy, because they win about 40, 50 points, man. It ain't even fucking close.
I got to go against you a little bit, man. Only way I'm going to go against you is because the college women's game, they got to generate revenue, which I think they do a really good job. If you're a number one seed, UCLA, I watched them play the other night. The Betts sisters put on the show.
Yeah.
Of course, UConn is just unfair. I watched South Carolina dominate. But my thing is, if you put it in a neutral site, I don't think you can get the crowd that you would get with their home stadium. And I think they still got to generate revenue. They still got to pay some of their players NIL money too. So I think that I understand, because after this round, now they're in around the Sweet 16. Now they go to a neutral site. So yeah. I don't have no problem with the first two rounds because they're playing lower seeds that we know that UConn is going to blow this team out. So why would we put this game in New York when we're not going to get the crowd that we need to get? You see what I'm saying? Like,
but the Lady Longhorns played the first 2 games at home.
Yeah,
now they're in the Sweet 16, right? They just got to drive to Dallas. They can't play to Dallas.
But they earned that.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm like, damn. The other team, they ain't got a chance.
Man, I seen UConn was up 65-12 at halftime.
What the fuck?
But Donald, how many times have Duke won their tournament and then went to Greensboro to play in the NCAA tournament? Like, it's
a lot.
If you earn it, so that's the whole thing. Then you need to recruit better or do something. You know you're gonna have to go. I don't have a problem. I think the men should kind of, well, we can't adopt it because the men's tournament has always packed out. But women want to make sure that they continue packing out. So they're going to pack out stadiums in the Sweet 16 for sure. You see what I'm saying? Because now you got rid of those. There's no, I don't know when hold on, I'm gonna ask you so. When the last time you see a Cinderella female team?
Never.
The disparity in talent in women's basketball is so far apart. Like, it's like, I was telling I got a little homie. He plays D2 basketball. I said, listen, your D2 team has a better chance of beating the number 1 seed in men's than a 16 seed in Division 1 than in women's a 1 seed. The disparity in talent level is so different with females. It's like it's just never gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And also, too, Donald, if everybody is going to fucking, have you looked at UConn's roster? Because if you haven't looked at UConn's roster, man, it's crazy work, man. Yeah. But
all you gotta do is watch if you watch the McDonald's game, it might be like 6 girls going to UConn, 5 girls going to South Carolina, 2 going to like they all going to the same places. Like, so it's like you're not gonna lose. Have one here, one there.
Yeah, and what I will like to see is what USC gonna do next year, because they got a hell of a recruiting class, and Juju will be back. So I can't wait to see that.
Is she gonna come back? I thought she gonna go to the pros.
No, she come back.
She got to play. I think she got to play 3 years.
Yeah, she'll be back. My final thought is, of course, we're talking NCAA basketball, but on the football side, the NFL draft is right around the corner. And I'm not about to brag, but I'm gonna brag. Ohio State potentially can have from the 3rd pick to the 6th pick. They got 4 guys getting. I don't know if any team in NFL in college football history have got 4 straight first-round picks in a row. Ohio State has that potential, and they have potential to get 5 picks in the first 36 picks of this NFL draft. With that being said, for Ohio State not to have won the fucking championship, I'm kind of about to go jump out the window. Like, how the fuck you have that type of talent and you lose to the Miami fucking Hurricanes? Now I'm looking like they ain't even got nobody outside of Bang and Messador that's even probably gonna get drafted in the first round. We got 4 guys that can potentially go from pick 3 to 6. That's crazy work, man. And then we still got a guy, if he was eligible, would probably be the number 1 pick at wide receiver. And then we got Chris Henry Jr. If he comes in the draft, he could be like Ohio State, man. Listen, man, if you're listening, man, y'all doing great with recruiting. And we did just win the national championship a year ago, but we got to fix this. Let's turn into the Alabama program and start dominating year in and year out instead of winning 1 championship and then waiting like 5 years. We got the talent. We got the money. We willing to spend it. We can't lose to teams like Miami ever again. This can't happen next year. And we definitely can't lose to Texas.
No, that's coming in September, brother. You might want to get ready for that. Prepare yourself for that L, but that's going to happen. That's
crazy work, man. But I'm your host, Jody Coleman of Against the Grain Sports Podcast, Uncut. We just want to thank everybody out there, man, for doing your thing and loving the show and watching the show and sharing the show. Comment, man. We love y'all for that. We're here with my man, Jarrell Solo Sports Glenn, all the way from San Antonio, Texas. We got Donald, the voice of the youth, Coleman, in the building. Michael, the people champ, in his absence. Jason, the hefty lefty, in his absence. Andrew mic'd up. Ray Morning, just a barber. Lindsay, all those guys in their absence doing their daddy duties. But we can't do none of this without Jay Kane, the chef, cooking it up in the kitchen. Hey, so what we doing till Sunday, man?
We're working, baby.
See y'all Sunday. Peace.